Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Bryan and Reaves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Greetings, Earthlings. This is Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I hope everyone is doing well out there today. It is the day that we're recording this is 11/17. For those that celebrate, it is a Kevin Devine song that is called 11/17. I suggest checking it out. It's very good. It's a song that my wife and I very much enjoy. We're very big fans of Kevin Devine. Just putting it out there. Loved having the pod today. He probably do. He has a podcast himself. He does. Okay, whatever. I have one co-host today. Just one. Can you guess which one?
Hello.
Give you some hints.
Hello.
You just heard him say hello.
Uh-oh. You know what happens? The listeners right now are going, oh, no.
Yeah, they're strapping in.
They looked at the episode, they looked at the length, and they were like, something went wrong. Something's... And now they know. They're like, oh, the cat is away. The mice will play.
We'll do a long podcast about nothing. You know, I don't have my pop pad on my microphone because I lost it. I told you I couldn't find anything. And I actively hear popping. So I'm sorry if that's happening to you people out there. And I do mean you people. Reeves, how is it's Sunday?
Yes.
You watch any football today?
No, I did not.
Okay, all right.
I can't even lie my way through it, and I don't watch any football because I don't support sports like that are incredibly dangerous.
Right. Yeah.
But the main reason is I have 3 sports in my life already that I follow, and I don't have space for another one.
Who's got the? Yeah, you
got soccer, basketball, professional wrestling. I don't have time for another sport.
Yeah, and of course they're all very safe.
Yes.
No one gets hurt in professional wrestling at all.
Never, because it's all fake.
Yeah. No one gets multiple concussions. And even if it's not a concussion, like just imagine getting put in like the freaking crossface. Imagine that. Or like getting put in like torture rack. Mm-hmm. It's called the torture rack.
Yeah, for a reason. You're getting tortured. And you probably aren't going to get out of it. Yeah.
No.
They don't do that in football.
No, they don't.
They just bang their heads together.
Yeah, they don't even do that. And they do that in wrestling sometimes. And it's called meeting of the minds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's people doing it to you and another friend.
And
not intentionally.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Do they do that in cooking at all?
Oh, you're talking about cooking?
Yeah. I'm trying to pull it back to cooking. If there's any connection there.
Already?
Yeah.
There's like a Sunday people do for Sunday football stuff. If we watch football, we could be like, what's your Sunday football snack? Like, what are you eating while you're watching football? We could do in general, what do you eat while you watch soccer?
Well, yeah, that's actually, this is great. And this is an international podcast. So this maps to other countries. So because soccer, one of the reasons I like it so much is it comes on early. Or at least it used to. Listen, back in the day, it used to come on early. Now they got these games that come on at 2 p.m. I'm like, that's too late in the day for me. But anyway. It comes in early, and so you can have a nice breakfast. You can sit down with your cup of tea, with your cup of coffee, and just enjoy the game, half pay attention to it, have an omelet.
Okay.
So here's a little insight into my life. I'm all about making my own bagel egg sandwich these days.
Okay.
I'm doing it almost every other day, and I'm experimenting with spices to put in an egg. Into a scrambled egg.
Okay.
And what I have found is most of them don't taste good in an egg. I don't know if it's a flavor thing, but I like oregano in it. It works for me, but I might just like oregano a lot. So
Sure.
I don't know. Cumin didn't really like.
Yeah.
Paprika didn't really like. Cayenne pepper didn't really like. I tried.
These were all separate eggs that you tried. You were like, today I had a cumin egg. Tomorrow I say cumin. Saying cumin felt weird. I felt like I was mirroring you. I say cumin. I'm not.
Cumin.
I'm just saying it out there.
It's not a cumin.
Not a cumin. You're like, today is cumin egg. Tomorrow's paprika egg. Today's curry egg.
Yeah. Just because I'm doing it so much.
Yeah, you're sick of it.
And I'm changing up the cheese. I was doing just cheddar cheese. Now I'm doing Gruyere cheese.
Okay. Stinky.
Swiss cheese.
Okay. Not a good melty cheese.
No, that's not a good melty cheese. What was the other one that I had?
You gotta do, and look, I mean,
Gouda.
Yeah, that's a fine cheese.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who lived in New York for a cup of coffee,
yeah,
it's pretty much just American cheese across the board. It's the best melty cheese, and I find cheddar to be dry when it's melted like that. It's kind of this drying thing to it.
It does. The texture is not right. It is like American cheese, the gelatinous nature of it, and like just how rich and creamy it is.
Yeah.
It works. It balances it out. I'm a fan. I
do a
think
burger
cheddar's
with American cheese, or with American.
Of course.
Yeah.
You put American on it. It's an American product. We put American cheese on it. All the other cheeses don't really do too much for me. And maybe it's not that I'm balancing it with whatever type of spices, because again, I'm just kind of throwing darts at the board with spices right now. But cheddar is really the best one so far.
Okay. And what's the bagel situation?
Sometimes plain.
Okay.
Sometimes sesame.
All right.
Sometimes, and by sometimes I mean this past week, it's everything.
I'm an everything guy.
Oh yeah.
I'll do everything.
A little onion. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm big on the garlic. Except when you toast it, sometimes they burn the garlic and it kind of ruins the entire bagel for me.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets a little too toasty.
Yes.
And it burns.
And then it's like, this is gross.
Yeah.
What are you purchasing, the like Thomas's bag of bagels situation? How are you acquiring these bagels?
I, as fans know, shop exclusively at Whole Foods.
Yes.
Because I support Bezos.
Yeah. Well, you have a membership there, right? You have a membership at Whole Foods?
Mm-hmm. I have Whole Foods membership. Yeah. I flash my card at the door.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. To the attendant, just like Costco. If you don't flash it, a bunch of people will grab you, pull you out.
Yep.
Put you in a cart. Put you in one of those carts that go down the stairs that have their own escalator.
Yeah, and then
that one.
Of course, when they do that, because of course the people who work in the doors, Johnny Knoxville and Ryan, and Steve-O,
these guys,
and all those guys, and they're like, "All right, time to put you in the cart." So you go down the stairs and then hit the curb and go into the bush.
Yeah, bam! Does a kickflip over you.
Yeah. Oh, it's sick though.
Oh, so cool. Yeah, so Whole Foods bagels, those are the ones that I get, whatever they have in their bakery.
From the bakery, all right.
Yeah. I shop almost exclusively, and I go to look at a section of the thing that I want, and I look for what's on sale.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then that dictates what I get.
Yeah. I'm frugal. My wife isn't like that. She's like, I get what I want. If I have a thing in mind, she'll get it. And I'm like, I got to save 30 cents.
I'm trying to aim to live a life like your wife.
Yeah.
To just know what I want.
Yeah.
That's sometimes a struggle because I wrestle with myself of what do I really want? I don't want to admit it to myself. I just want American cheese. No. And then the other whole piece to it is price.
Are you good at shopping? I have found that I am not good at shopping, and my wife has made it obvious that I'm not. Like, I'm not fun to go to the grocery store with because I meander and I don't know what I want. And I'm okay with checking the same aisle a few times, going to the end and be like, oh yeah, let me go back and look at that aisle again and look again. And I'm a total meanderer, and it drives her crazy.
Yeah, that would drive me out of my mind. I know where everything is in that store. I have a list on my phone. I have a grocery list app, and I write it out beforehand. I am in and out very quickly. I never go down the same aisle twice.
Oh.
It is a one line of me going through and weaving.
Yeah. Skip the aisles that you know that you're nothing in.
I know I'm not getting any oils this time.
Paper
skip
plates.
This aisle. Yeah.
I like to meander. I like to see what they got. I like
That's
to
nice. Just looking around, asking questions, making friends.
Yep. I want to see, when the best restaurants are ones that go to the market every morning and see what they got there.
What's
I'm
fresh?
sorry, we don't have the cod today because they didn't have the cod at the market, but they did have, bunny grams on sale. So you're having those today. I'm not going to the store for bunny grams, but if the bunny grams are on sale, I'm coming home with bunny grams.
Yeah, you're
That's
coming
how
to
I
a
shop.
restaurant. Everyone's
you're getting
like ready
served
to do the dish, and you're like, all right, we got to build a dish around bunny grams today.
I'm like, hey, everyone, make sure
instead
you
of
push the
fish
bunny
dish.
grams tonight. I got boxes of bunny grams back here. Make sure you push them tonight. That's the special tonight. How are they served? Just you grab a handful from the box.
Yeah, just put them on a plate. And I see there's a bunny grams dish here for $45. What's in that? Just get it. You'll love it.
I think you'll like it.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
We just
there
got
are
it at the
several
market
flavors here. Do I get to pick? No. It's actually the mix box. It has all the flavors in it. Oh, that's nice. Do they go all together? They'll kind of taste the same. It's all kind of the same thing.
You know what dish I really liked? The bunny dish.
I remember seeing it. I went on Yelp before I went there, of course.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it on the menu, but I saw a picture of it, and I was like, well, and they're not gonna have it, and then they had it, and I was like, well, then I gotta get it.
Yeah.
And it was great. And what is it? It's just bunny grams.
Just bunny grams. Delicious bunny grams.
But I like bunny grams.
So yeah, I'm doing an egg sandwich every other day of my life. That's what's leading my life right now.
What's the other day then? What's the off day? Leg day?
Hey, every day is leg day, baby. I'm running.
All right.
No, there's nothing to substitute for that, and it's not intentional to do it every other day. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbles.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you watching Eras right now? Challenge Eras? We haven't talked about it.
I haven't watched it. I haven't dipped in. I think I'm in a place in my life right now when it comes
got the 3 sports.
to. What was that?
You already got the 3 sports.
I got 3 sports. They take up way too much of my time. I think with reality shows like that, the Challenge and Survivor specifically, I don't think I can watch episode by episode, week to week with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need it all to be done, and then I'm going to watch them all in one.
Sure.
Just give me the whole sandwich all in one.
Okay.
Is it good? Is it worth watching? Or has it shit the bed?
It's not great.
Yeah, I get a feeling it was too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's not great. It's fine. It's becoming the banana show.
Yeah, we've had that. We had that for 10, 15 years.
We've had that for decades now.
Well, the last challenge thing, you have gone through every season of the challenge.
Except for we didn't start till like 10 or something. We skipped the first 10 years.
So you didn't see like Inferno 1 or anything like that?
I think we started at like Inferno or like the first fresh meat is about when we started.
Okay. Well, that's still fine. What is the best? Like if someone was like, I've never seen the challenge, which one should I start with?
I don't know seasons enough to tell you. I don't remember. I don't retain anything. Everything goes in and goes out immediately. Yeah. I'm a big Wes fan. Wes seasons are great, especially if you like can watch like the Wes arc. Like start when he's like the biggest piece of shit in the entire world and actively mean to this girl for an entire season.
Yeah.
And then mean. Eventually he breaks. I don't know. I think once you get to the people who like stick around after that point, you're like, and you lose some of the like Kennys and some of the other people,
problematic people
fell off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you start to like get behind people and be like, oh, I like people. And then they bring in new people. Like, I don't want new people. And then some of them you like, well, no, I like them now.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun little process. I think it's important too. I would say start from when the seasons start, when I did, when people who are like there all the time are there now.
Yeah.
So you can like get all of that. So you can like really retain and get the backstories. The first one, they're like doing spring break challenges. I don't need that shit.
Yeah. The joke is always like for the first 10 years, the challenges were like, how many ice cream cones can you eat?
Yeah.
And then it got like into being a Mission Impossible challenge kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say start with fresh meat. That's a good one. There's some funny arcs that happen in that. And then it goes on from there. And like you said, there's people that like continuously are on, especially Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The challenge.
So that's our challenge corner. We're talking about challenge. You may be wondering what's going on. Doing a lot of talking about anything other than Top Chef. That is because, as you recognize it is Bryan and Reaves. This is what we do. But you know what? I feel I'm aware of it now. People, maybe you've made me aware of it. Jamal's made me aware of it. So, and I've learned that you can't just be aware of an issue. You have to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be like, I know these are problems, and then just keep doing them. That's not helpful.
No, you can't be the type of person that someone gives you some feedback on something that you did that was negative, and you can't just say, I'm owning that, and then proceed to do nothing about it afterwards.
Yes.
Which I feel like I see in reunions of like Love is Blind and stuff like that. People will just be like, yeah, and I'm owning that. And then it's just continue the same pattern of behavior. But you are actively working.
I'm trying.
Yes.
Because I am a person that does that, but it's for fun things where it's like, oh, you haven't seen Tommy Boy? I'm gonna make you watch Tommy Boy. And my wife was like, you always think I'm gonna make you watch such movies. It's like, it's a toxic male trait. I get it. I'm aware of it. Am I gonna keep doing it? Probably, because it's fun and helpful.
You haven't seen Die Hard?
Okay. What are you doing tomorrow night? Okay, we're gonna go to the video store. You're gonna get Die Hard.
Okay, they're out of Die Hard. Oh, wait, they got Hellraiser. Have you seen Hellraiser?
You haven't seen that? Okay, well,
we're watching
all right,
it.
let's get that.
Okay, get home. Okay, it's not Hellraiser in the clam case. It's Species. Have you seen Species? Okay, you have seen
Species. Okay,
you have. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. Well, let's watch something else.
Let's see what's on TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, folks, let's do a segment that we do every week. When it's just Reeves and Jamal, they do it as soon as the episode starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little segment we call Chefs I've Prepared for You. See, the P's are popping real hard.
Yeah.
It's a segment where we go around and we say what we had for dinner last night and only last night, as if we are presenting it to the judges at Top Chef. And at the end, we will not vote, but there will be a winner.
Yeah.
And I will go first because that's how it works. When you're the host, you go first. Chefs, last night I procured for you.
Hell yeah.
Told you earlier, had a friend over. 2 pizzas from Star Tavern, which is like a famous Orange, New Jersey pizza place. If you want to stalk me, it's very close to my house.
Oh God.
We ordered 2 pies, 1 cheese, 1 half mushroom, half black olive.
Ooh.
There's balloons happening behind me right now.
It's a celebration.
I don't know what to call that. Okay.
For your half and half. Yeah.
They said, okay, I called it, and they said, okay, give me 35 minutes. And I said, all right. And there should have been 40. And they said, give us a few more minutes. And I said, okay, well, that's all right. I see you're very busy. That's okay. And then I saw them pull a cheese pizza out of the oven that was more cooked than I would have liked it to have been. These are very thin bar pizzas, and one of them came out where one side was like black. It was burnt. And they put that in a box and put it away. And I was like, I know it's going to be mine. I just know it's going to be mine. And then like a few minutes later, he was like, okay, we got your order here. And I was like, if it's fucking mine. And of course, I just took the boxes and I was like, I'm not going to look at it. I'm trying to go home.
Oh, you should have checked it in front of them.
What would I have done? Turned it into them?
You open it, you look at it, and then you spin it around. And then you just look at them. And then you say, do you think you did your best work here today? Look at this. Look at what you did to my pie. My poor pie. Look what you did to it. I don't have the
guts to do that. I just ate my burnt pie.
Oh, no.
And what I did was one of those things where it's like, I knew it'd be mine. I knew, like, that's my luck. Also, because he saw me not leave a tip. Because when he was like, 4 minutes, I was like, well, I'm not going to fucking leave you a tip. It's been like fucking 45 minutes at this point. And he's like, all right, you get the burnt pizza. And mushroom and black olive one was fine. Not burnt. So it's, it is what it is. Pizza was fine.
Now, was the dough then really tough and like hardened because it had been in too long?
This is an extremely thin pizza.
So baseline, it's kind of crusty.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of. The outside is like very crispy. The inside's very droopy. It's like not a. It's a structurally bad pizza.
Yeah.
But they are good. It's like a good. It's very small. It's like the size of a Totino's pizza. If you've ever had a party pizza,
yeah.
It's like that size. So they're small.
Interesting.
but they burn very fast because it's like a very thin pizza, and when it burns, it's just like it's charred. The whole thing is charred, so it tastes bad, and it should not have been served to me that way. I should have turned it back, but
that should not have been given to you. You were wronged.
Yeah,
and that's disgusting, and maybe even injured. It was potentially a health hazard.
Well, they say that that's what cancer is.
Yeah, so the char stuff, very dangerous, poisonous.
Yeah, whenever they're like, "Oh, you ever had like Jamaican jerk chicken?" You're like, "No, because that's burn and that's cancer."
Yeah, because that's real bad for you. So I think you should go back and let them know that they were being dangerous with you.
Yeah.
And that you're going to get dangerous with them, and that's when you pull out your switchblade, and then you start to yourself doing the alien stab in between your fingers.
Yes. I hit every finger doing it. And I'm like, ow, 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 ow.
You made me do this.
If you think that I'm dumb enough to do this to myself, imagine what I'll do to you.
Yeah. And then you try and grab their hand to do the thing where you put the hand over top, but you can't really get his hand.
Well, I would heard that thing where you put the knife in their hand to keep it on the table.
Hell yeah.
And you're like,
that Joker.
And then you miss. Or you split his fingers like, oh, now I can do it with you.
Yeah.
For me, I hit every finger. For you, I split him right down the middle. Didn't touch him. Of course. Dude.
So
no, I didn't do any of that.
The other pizza, though, some questions. One, how was it? Second question, why did you split it? Why did you only do olives on one and mushrooms on the other? Why didn't you just do the whole thing together?
Let me take you back to when we just said that. I'm really embarrassed to admit this, but I'm going to admit it. Adding toppings to a whole pizza is $3. Adding one topping is $3. If you add to half a pizza, it's $1.75. So if you do half mushroom, half black olives, you pay $3.25, but you get both toppings.
Yes. So essentially, you're saving what, $1.50? I think is the math there, maybe.
Yeah. But what I did was beat the system.
Oh shit, that's true.
And I think when I got there, I think it's probably why I gave the Perk pizza. He looked at the pie and he was like, "Motherfucker figured it out."
He figured me out. But
that's embarrassing to say out loud that I did that. It's not this yet. It's like $1.50.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really saving a lot. Well, if money was no object, and you could have the olives and the mushrooms mixed together, would you have done it?
What a dream. Yeah, absolutely. I just said make sure they're touching.
The rich people do. They have mushrooms and olives touch each other.
They have 6'2", 15-year-old boys, and they have mushrooms and olives that touch each other on their pizza pies.
Yeah.
That's not us. We're different Americas. That's different Americas.
That's a whole nother America we don't live in. Was that pie at least good? Did you take a slice from either side and put them on top of each other and eat it?
I did not. I should have though. Yeah. I think maybe one or two slices had them both where they were touching. They ended up like having a little bit of like runoff. And that's when you guys
fought over those pieces.
That's the full win. Yeah. That's the full win right there.
Dang.
That feels so cheap doing that.
But do you feel better that you've admitted it on our podcast?
I guess so. No one asked me to explain myself in the moment when I called it in. No one asked me to explain it, thankfully.
I mean, listen, they don't pay those guys to think. They pay those guys to burn pizza and make money, okay? That's what they did.
Exactly.
Chefs, I prepared for you. So listen, it's dinner time. What? 6:30, 6
happens
o'clock.
Almost every night.
Almost every night. If I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm in my kitchen.
That's
sweating.
What usually happens.
I'm there looking around. I end up there. Something happens, but I'm sweating bullets. I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
What are we going to make?
Oh, dear.
And I kind of like lean over my counter and look at my wife. And she looks at me and she spells out. She goes, Pizza. And I just nod. Into the kitchen I go.
Like a flash.
I pull out some pizza dough, some sauce, some pizza cheese, because there's specific cheese for pizza. Mm-hmm. It's like a lower moisture or something like that. I get some pepperonis.
Okay.
And I've done this before. Peruvian pickled red peppers. They're like
you
little.
do
eye
love
drops.
these, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, they have been inside my fridge since July.
Okay.
Is that
But
dangerous?
they're pickled. They're pickled.
They're pickled, and
Nothing pickled goes bad.
This was the conversation I had in my mind, and then with Google, is this safe?
Yes, you have to weigh in with Google.
And then with my taste buds as I tasted it, and I said, it's not great, but I think it's still fine. So I used them and then threw them out because I was like, never again.
Okay, this was the last time.
I'm using them. It's safe now, but anytime after this moment, they're not
today
safe.
It's safe. Tomorrow, they're murderous.
They're dangerous. So I got to get them out of here. So I put them on there.
I'll fall for it again in a few months.
Yeah, every single month. It's like clockwork. Cheese. And listen, I like to spruce it up. I put some oregano. I put some Parmesan on it. And then I put my own like red pepper flakes. I like a little spice on mine.
Kick it up a little bit.
Spice my life, but the rest of the family doesn't like it. That's fine. They can live their life the way they want.
If they want to live their life bland, not spicy. I almost said bland. That's not
bland.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
It's just their own path.
Yeah. I want to have a little burn.
Yeah.
But not burnt.
Feel it. No, it was not burnt. It was good. I've gotten very good at kneading the dough, rolling it out so it's nice and stretched out. I've gotten proportions of everything right. The one thing that I haven't quite mastered is taking it from the pizza, whatever it's called, the little shovel.
Yeah.
Onto the pizza stone. I don't do well with that. Mm-hmm. I think I maybe put it on to like halfway, and maybe I should like do it all the way at the end and kind of try and drop it, like slide it out onto it. Mm-hmm. But inevitably, it kind of gets stuck, and then I'm like jiggling to try to get it off, and then like half the ingredients fall off into the oven.
They burn, and it smells bad for a month because you don't clean it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably just me.
Refuse to take it off. I'm in a panic. My family is surrounding me. Sous chefs looking in, trying to figure what's going on. What can he get? What can he get his paws on? I'm in a panic. I'm telling everyone, get out of the kitchen.
It's not safe.
Don't look at me. It's not safe. It's nothing to do with my nerves. It's not safe in here. But it was good. I didn't burn it. But yes, there were some peppers in the bottom of the oven that did get charred. But it was good. Successful.
And you're keeping the pizza stone warm. That's why you can't just like put it on. It's like in the oven already.
I put it in the oven already. Yeah. Okay. Because that's what all the chefs have told me to do. Now, if I didn't do that, if I just put it on, it would be a lot easier. I can just like jump it in. Yeah. But I've been told it doesn't cook as fabulously if you don't put it in ahead of time, get it all nice and warm.
I'm glad to hear that you use a pizza stone.
Yeah.
Pizza stone to me feels like something my mom bought at a party. You know when they have those little like parties when the like moms sell things to each other?
Sure. Yeah. When moms are grifting each other.
Yeah. And she gave me one of those. She's like, here's a pizza stone. I was like, oh God, oops, they saw you coming, Mom. They were like, they saw you coming. But also because we were putting like frozen pizzas on it. So I don't think it mattered.
Hey, that's nice. I feel like that's exactly what my family did. I feel like that's what most people that buy pizza stones are. They're not making their own pizza.
No,
they're just putting their frozen pizza on, and they feel a little bit more fancy doing it.
Yeah. But to hear that you do it, it makes me think that it is actually better. And my mom wasn't taken for a fool by some other mom in the neighborhood.
I like to think
Here comes
that
Mary, and she'll buy anything.
We'll give her this pizza stone. She doesn't know what she's gonna hit her. I'm gonna throw this pizza stone at her.
Idiot.
I'd like to think I raised the profile of the pizza stone.
Yeah.
But listen, we can't all be like Allison Roman and have an open flame pizza oven in their nice Hamilton house.
Okay.
Or at Hampton.
Chill out. Everyone is doing too much now.
Yeah.
She's all the thing. The Boz is all the thing now. Do you know that girl who does Instagram videos who flips the camera off? I think her name's like Olivia something.
No.
Her whole thing's like she's like flips the camera off as she's like cooking food.
You've told me about her. Yeah,
Got very famous very fast. She's in a big house now. And I'm like, calm down. All right.
All these big houses. You know who I like and consistently is great? Sola. And she does New York Times. They do the mystery ingredient, her and Ham, her husband Ham. And she did a Thanksgiving thing recently, and it was outstanding. And she is
Yeah.
consistently great.
So yeah, folks, start supporting Sola, and so
Yeah.
that she can get a giant house. And if she's probably in the studio, it's probably has a giant house, whatever. But she's not rubbing it in my face.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want it rubbed in my face that you have a live pizza oven just constantly going behind you.
And then you like bought a store, opened up a little store in the Hamptons.
Yeah. Oh, I just
Everyone
bought
did
this.
that.
Just whatever. I have fuck you money. I just bought this store. It doesn't fucking matter. I'll close it. Who cares? Whatever.
Okay, that's what we did. And now we choose
Yes.
a winner. And I will go first. And again, Pizza Stone alone, I'm going Reeves. Like that's a no-brainer.
Thank you for your choice. And, you know, I like to pick people that have been on a journey and overcome adversity. Anniversary.
I have overcome an anniversary.
Yes. And that's what you did with your pizza experience. And so I will pick you, Bryan.
And usually we would say this is a tie and there are no winners, but I'm going to change it up and say that we're both winners, actually.
Yes. That's
because
nice.
some days need to be your day. And one of those days in particular is a quinceañera day.
Yes.
And we'll be right back.
Pod Chef.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I am going to officially, we're doing things officially today. We are following the rules.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand the reins, let loose the horse, give them to Reeves. Hey, she likes to pull to the left.
Okay.
So just be aware of that.
Does she like a carrot or salt lick or?
She loves a carrot. She loves a whole apple, which everyone's not supposed to do. Give a horse a whole apple, but it's funny because they can eat it.
Yeah.
What she really likes is when is if you like just pet her and just say like, good girl.
Okay.
She wants to feel the bonding connection with you, to know that like you're in this together. Like you drive a car, you ride a horse. It's like a thing, you know. If I had long hair, I'd tie it to her mane and we would do the thing from freaking Avatar.
Yes.
But I have short hair.
Yeah. Can't do that.
I'd do it.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd love to do it.
In a second.
Braid my hair.
Tie it with an animal's hair.
Hell yeah, we'd be connected for life.
Even if we weren't near each other, it'd be like, hey, that's Bryan's animals. I can tell. Because the one time they tied their hair together.
The one time I rode a horse, it was in Guatemala, and the horse tried to lead me to sea to kill me. Like it was trying to drown me. Just all of a sudden, at a leisurely pace, started walking towards the ocean, just directly into the ocean.
Of course, it had enough.
Yeah. It was like, I'm taking us both down. Okay. Here we go. Top Chef, Season 9, Episode 3, Quinceañera. This is episode 124 overall. This is the third episode of the season, of course. And this original air date is November 16th, 2011. 1.45 million people.
Numbers are going down.
They're going down.
They're going down.
Texas season, not as popular. All-Star seasons, always very popular.
Oh, yeah. Everyone loves an all-star.
So, of course, we're still in San Antonio. We open with beautiful shots of San Antonio. Then, bam, we're back in the Top Chef house. We see some of our chefs getting ready, and we see our friend Beverly, and she's placing a motivational note on her mirror that reads, "Congratulations, comma, Beverly Kim Clark." Lots of exclamation points. You have won Top Chef Season 9. Enter, 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 and enter, enter, enter. $125,000. Now, it's also signed by Beverly. She signed it in ink.
She announced herself the winner, and yeah, that's how it works.
So I do not mind self-motivation, ways that you create goals and you realize them.
Yes. This
is a little much to put out there for a bunch of other people to see. It is a little annoying.
It's annoying. If you are in that house with her, are you like, the fuck, I'm gonna win? they think you're winning? Like, do you care, or is it like that's cute? She thinks she's winning.
I'm printing out my own that
Okay.
says, "Congratulations, Reeves, you've won Top Chef," and enter. You murdered Beverly in her sleep.
And
And
putting
it's
it right
signed
next
in
to
my
hers.
blood. Yeah.
Right next to hers. You never talk about it. It's just there.
Yeah, it's just there. Because, I mean, I don't think she's talking about this to other people. I'm not talking about mine either. So,
No, that's for me.
yeah.
It's in a shared space, but it's for me.
If she confronts me about it, I'm like, what are you saying? I'm not allowed to have goals?
You don't think I'm going to win Top
This
Chef?
is how I motivate myself.
I'm visualizing a win.
I'm visualizing my win in my murder of you.
And you won't stand in my way. You will not stand in my way.
Yeah.
Stab,
I will
stab,
stomp on it.
realize it.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is printed from a computer, and it, again, crumbled up long piece of paper. I mean, you just need just a card. Just get like a notepad, little card. That's fine.
At the most you would have to do is tattoo it on the inside of your hand so you can just look inside your hand and see it. That's what you got to do.
You wake up after having your memory wiped, and then you have it, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the right hand says Beverly Kim Jones, you are going to win Top Chef $125,000 in the signature. The other hand says, remember to take a shower. And you go, huh? Shirt comes up and it's a map.
Hell yeah.
And you're like, what's going on? And you realize that you're locked up and you're in prison break now. and I don't know how that show starts or ends, but I know that's how he does. He's got the whole thing tattooed on his body. Is
that right? I haven't seen it. I thought you were doing Waterworld because the girl has the map on her back tattoo.
Does she really?
Yeah.
It was sort of a Memento thing at first. And then my brain went to like the map thing, which is he has all the things on his body.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies that have maps tattooed on people's backs. And when we write our movie, it will have that as well.
Oh, 100%. Well, that's one thing Tom left out of his movie. If you remember when we did that whole thing, he never mentioned the map on anyone's body. We didn't read the whole thing, so that could have been in there.
There should have
I'd love there to be a recipe on a body.
Oh, now you're cooking.
Yeah.
You see all these chefs out here with like whisks, knives, or whatever bullshit tattooed on them.
Oyster shell.
Yeah. Why don't you tattoo a freaking recipe on there?
Yeah. Your favorite one.
Yeah.
Just make it one of the mother sauces. Tattooed. Put all 5 of them on there. Is it 5 or is it 7 or is it 3 or 4?
It's somewhere in between there.
It's one of those numbers. It's between like 30 and 2.
Yeah.
And you got a mother sauce on this and this bicep, mother sauce on this bicep, and then you got a couple that you don't want to show off.
Yeah.
So when the people say the 2 when you got any more, you go, maybe you'll see them one day. If you're lucky. If you're lucky.
You're lucky you get to see these.
You'll get to see what the freaking creme fraiche one is.
We arrive at the Top Chef kitchen. We learn a little bit more about our friend Keith Rhodes. When
I was young, I was in prison.
Yeah, it's a typical story of a man who was in prison and then cooking saved his life. It's a very nice story. We'll learn about him, but anytime this happens, you're like, this person, they got
something's going on.
They're either winning or they're crashing and burning.
Yeah.
They get to the Top Chef kitchen, and who's there? It is Padma. It's guest judge Johnny Hernandez, and a bunch of snakes. Live snakes moving around. The quick fire here is the chefs have to cook dishes using rattlesnake, and the winner will receive immunity and $5,000.
Yes.
Now,
good prize.
In front of each one of them are wooden boxes.
Yes.
They're all terrified, shaking in their boots because
they got cowboy boots on.
I got my cowboy boots on. They're shaking. I'm gonna have to kill a snake in front of everyone.
Yes, one of the boys, it's cut, but one of the boys, he's like, "What's in the box?" And the girl next to him was like, "What is that from?" And he was like, "You haven't seen 7? I'm gonna make you watch 7. You're gonna love 7." And they cut that because it's toxic and you shouldn't do it. But it happened.
Speaking of toxic, Padma does quote "snakes on a plane."
She does curse.
Which it was seeing this was quaint because people they like enjoyed laughing at it, her saying it. It wasn't like people were so annoyed by something like this. Yeah. And I was thinking about it. Is Snakes on a Plane, was that the first like ironic
the first like silly kind of like self-aware,
like purposefully ironic movie like that to come out. Is that what started all this nonsense that we have to deal with?
like a movie that's not a spoof but is like self-aware and ironic. I don't know. And also, was it? Or did it just happen to work out that way?
It's a good point.
And they like leaned into that.
Maybe they leaned into it afterwards.
Yeah, and then now they got Sharknadoes.
Yeah, no.
I am so far removed from that movie because it's been 100 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm half paying attention to the show when I'm watching it. And I hear Padma say, there better be some motherfucking... And my brain goes, what? And she said, snakes on the plane. And I was like, oh, okay, she's doing the thing. I was like, why is she saying the F word? That makes no sense. And then I got it. And then I was like, okay, all right, we're doing some corporate synergy here. We're selling some tickets.
It would be more fun if Padma just really flew off the handle. She's
just
like, you motherfuckers don't taste as you go. I will fucking kill you. So, spoiler alert, none of the snakes are actually alive. They chopped off all their heads right before they walked in. All these live snakes, they just chopped their heads off one by one for the purposes of the show. Some of the chefs are scared of snakes. Who cares? All right, what are your opinions on snakes? You scared of snakes?
Sort of. Yeah. Yes and no. In the same way that I'm sort of afraid of spiders. In that, like, I've been convinced that like everyone you see is poisonous, even though there's like 1% of them is poisonous.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, ew, and run away, but I'm not gonna like pick it up. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, it's okay, and pick it up and move it.
Yeah. I'm not messing with them. They can have their own space. I don't like that they hide. I don't like that.
Yes.
They like to hide in the leaves and then bite you. I don't like that. I think that's mean.
I think it's cool when I see one.
Oh,
like if I'm outside in the wild and I see a snake, I'm like, dude, there's a snake right there.
Yeah,
because they're rare enough. They're rare enough to be like, cool, there's a snake over there. If they're in my house,
no,
don't go there.
Nuh-uh. You're not allowed.
This is not for you. And the snake's like, but your dogs are in here. I'm like, yeah, well, they're allowed here. Well, we're both animals. I'm not getting that with you. I'm not doing this today.
I'm not doing this today, snake. Slam the door in his face. Knock his hat off.
Like that. Tip it up.
Beverly's dish, she's going at it with kind of a Korean spin. It's got a bit of chew on it, but that's okay. Sometimes Korean food has a little bit of chew. And speaking of Chewy tells us he grew up slaughtering animals.
Yes, he does. Not a big deal for him. He slaughtered all sorts of animals.
He said, no big deal. I'm killing animals all the time.
He has an episode this week.
Yes.
He also has a very awful interaction with the quinceañera girl.
Is it him or is it Ed that says...
Oh, it's Ed. Yes.
Some inappropriate.
Yeah.
Ed,
yes.
So we'll get to it, but when the woman comes in, or the young lady comes in, he says some inappropriate things. I think multiple times to her, which is weird. We see Richie and Chris Jones. Of course, they work together. They're kind of talking through dishes. They're talking game. They're helping each other out. Judging happens. Nothing too interesting. Padma kind of looks grossed out to have to eat all this. Kind of after every dish, she kind of just looks like she's just like, blah, 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 blah. On the bottom here, we got Paul. His snake was lost in the dish. We got Richie. It only tasted like citrus. Naisha, she overcooked her snake.
Overcooked the snake.
Can't overcook snake. Okay, that's the first rule of snake.
Yeah. Oh, you can't. I mean, that's the one thing you can't do with snake.
Under, it's fine.
To it. Oh, yeah.
Over,
it can be almost raw.
Yeah. I'll eat raw snake, but overcooked snake, no thank you.
Gross. Can we mention the carcinogens? Can we talk about them?
Can we talk about them? That's just gross.
You're
not good for you.
A snake, I'm going to get cancer.
I'm going to die. So on top, we have Beverly, very elegant dish. Dakota, it's very Texas, what he did, Dakota. Or she. Sarah, Dakota is she. Sorry. Yes. Sarah cooked the snake to perfection. And the winner, of course, is Dakota, who decided that when I think of snake, I think of beer. So she did a beer battered tempura snake, rattlesnake, and that was a win for her.
Yeah. Good. Solid win. Yeah. If I'm gonna eat snake, fry it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you might as well do it that way. You're kind of burying it, but that's probably the best way
I want
to
taste.
it.
Yeah. Just yeah.
In comes a young lady, Blanca, and it is her quinceañera. She's ready for a party, but she needs some food. And oh yeah, she needs a cake. And it's got to be fabulous.
And we're having 2 teams, so I'm gonna need 2 cakes.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna need 2 cakes. And
this is one of my favorite Top Chef things that they do. And it's ruin someone's party. My favorite,
we have seen that
favorite thing that they do.
Ruin someone's wedding, ruin someone's anniversary, ruin someone's quinceañera. Yeah, it's
ruin someone's a fundraiser.
Yeah,
just ruin everything.
Yeah, we do. She's got a good palate because we hear her kind of judge things later, and she doesn't like a lot of stuff. She's like, "That's gross." So, like Brian said, we divided to 2 teams, and the elimination challenge here is they have to cater for the quinceañera, and they got to come up with some upscale Mexican food. So, pink team, we got Chris, Dakota, Keith, Lindsay, Naisha, Sarah, Tyler, and Whitney. And then the green team, we got Beverly, Chris, Chewy, Ed, Grayson, Heather, Paul, Richie. So they got 30 minutes to plan with Blanca.
Not a lot of time. They're yelling at each other. It's very hectic.
They're hectic. They're all over the place. This is where I believe it is Ed asks her, "You like boys?"
He says, "You like boys." The questions are, do you like goat? Do you like tortillas? And Ed goes, "Do you like boys?"
And then she laughs and she's like, yeah. And everyone is like, pulls Ed aside. And they're like, "You gotta fucking stop it.
Hey man, never fucking do that.
Never do that again. That's weird as hell, dude.
Hey man, don't fucking do that.
Please don't do that.
Why did you want to know that? It doesn't fucking. What are you doing?
We're not gonna cook that. We're not cooking that way, okay? Not on this show."
Yeah, everyone's disgusted because he's suggesting they cook a boy.
Yeah.
Everyone's disgused. Everyone's like,
all right, well, I guess I gotta cook a boy then.
Guess I gotta. She's like, I want to know what she likes and doesn't like. Do you like boys? I might cook boy.
I guess I gotta do it. And we see him kind of leaving some breadcrumbs to his boiling pot that he has. He's trying to get some boys to jump in there so he can cook them.
It makes sense now when he said that his house is made out of candy.
Yeah. He got on his broom and went back to his house. We learned about Lindsay. Lindsay lived in Mexico for about 3-ish years.
Her with Sarah Bernstein Bears.
Yeah, the Bernstein Bears and her just hanging out, going to Mexico, cooking all the cuisine. So she's familiar with the flavors and the dishes. We realize that kind of the pink team doesn't really have their shit together. They're a little bit, they didn't have a leader. They don't really know what their menu is going to be like, but they all kind of have to head out to the grocery store. We get to the grocery store and we'll hear from Beverly here, who gets to assert herself about her dish and its importance.
I'm sorry, we need to get someone here, please. This is very, very important. This is the most important dish here. I'm sorry. I know everybody here has stuff to do. I need a butcher. I'm sorry. I need these short ribs. And you can just start doing it because I'm going to need a lot. 4 minutes.
They show the guy's face working behind the counter.
Yeah.
He's just like, I mean, no one can see me doing a face. It doesn't matter. But his face is like, the fuck?
Yeah. There's no one around, by the way. It's not like it's
not
real
that
busy. Yeah.
And is she cutting in front of her other chef testants or just people in the store?
I think it's people in the store. And the if you have the transcript of what she is saying, it seems like someone is making a joke.
Yes.
But when you watch it, she's not. Yeah. She's just a very kind of panicked person that doesn't really know how to regulate her panic. Mm-hmm. And just everything kind of comes out, saying this is very important.
It is the most important meal.
I would love to be just a bystander to hear someone on TV be like, this is very important. To be like, no, I got to go home and cook for my family. That's important.
Yeah. What are you doing? You're in this line and she does that and your guy helping you starts to creep over to her to help her. What do you do?
I got my cart, right?
You've already put your order in.
Okay.
He's started your order. She loses her shit. He's like, I guess I gotta help her, and kind of like starts to like look to her and maybe go help her.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you're gonna get like he's gonna stop working on yours to help her.
I think this is like a bar situation where someone cuts in front of you, so you're just kind of like trying to make eyes with the butcher. First time he makes eyes with you, then you do the head, the no, and then you point to what I was getting, you know, scraps of deli meat that I make the butcher do for me.
Getting thick cut turkey and thinly cut provolone cheese.
Yeah, that I make the butcher do. I don't go to the deli for it. I make the butcher do it.
He's like, it's pre-cut over there. No. I like when you do it.
I like how you do it. You're my man. Okay. I don't care how important this woman thinks she is.
Ugh. I hate being cut in line. I was like at a concert the other night, and some guy, very drunk guy, like touched his chest to the woman in front of him. And I was behind her, but I was giving her space because I'm a normal person.
Yeah.
And then he walks up, and the guy was like, "Yes, sir," to him. And I was like, "No, I was next." And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you." And the guy who cut me said, "I didn't see you." And I said, "You didn't see me?" And Carrie's like, "Why are you trying to start fights?" Because I want to beat somebody up. I want to get in a fight so bad.
I've been taking these boxing classes
for nothing until I can finally do it.
Yeah. I got these fists here, babe. I got to unleash on some of these guys. Did the guy immediately back off, or did he like try and laugh?
It was kind of like I didn't make eye contact with him because
Sure.
I am I'm scared, and I was like just like trying to be tough, but I can't actually do it.
Yeah.
My guess, he looked at his friend and was like, "The fuck is this guy's problem?" Is what I think happened.
Yeah.
I couldn't look because then it was like too confrontational. I would have had to have fought it.
You make eye
things
contact
I'm
with
very
him.
embarrassed to talk about today in this podcast.
You make eye contact with him, turn beet red.
100%.
He looks at you kind of like, what? And you're like, I said what I said. Get all squeaky. I'm proud of you, though. You should stick up for yourself.
Thank you.
The chefs head back to the Top Chef kitchen. They start to prep. This is where we find out that Lindsay was going to do a dish that incorporated shrimp.
Yes.
Now, she asked the other group of people to buy her shrimp for her, and they brought back pre-cooked frozen shrimp.
A lot of it.
Too much of it.
Yes.
And she's pissed.
Yeah.
And I understand. What's the point of doing a cooking show if you're going to bring pre-cooked, insert whatever here? Don't do that.
Right.
They blame Keith. Everyone, especially Chris, is like, I don't know. Keith insisted. We were like, no, Keith, don't do it. Don't get the pre-cooked. And then Keith was like, I got to do it. And if you guys stop me, I'm going to kill all of you. So we had to let him. Cut to a clip.
We got the receipts.
Where Keith is like, should I get pre-cooked? And they're like, yeah, whatever. Fine.
Do whatever you
want.
Sure.
Do whatever you want, Keith. I don't give a shit.
I don't have time for you, Keith.
Cut back, Chris. We had to let him do it. We didn't. We all said no.
He was looking directly at us, and he's taller than us.
Yeah,
and I was intimidated immediately. He said he went to jail.
He told me he went to jail, and that
he said he had been to jail.
He said if I told you, I would get got. I don't know what that means. I'm so scared. I don't like it either. I'm so scared. I'm upset for you. Why did he do that?
This is another one of my favorite Top Chef things is when they throw up at normal people things. Like, pre-cooked shrimp? My God, what are we, fucking animals? Like, a lot of people buy pre-cooked shrimp. And, like, she probably could have made it work, but she acted like he had bought, like, rancid fucking turds and was like, they look like shrimps because they got a little curl to them, but it's a shit log.
Yeah. It is very snooty. It's just very funny to me that it just like the rest of this episode is kind of like that whole team. Well, specifically Lindsay and Sarah are like, Keith, we don't like Keith. We don't think he is. He's good. We see at one point when they're in the kitchen doing their prep work, Sarah tells Keith, I'm going to set up a cutting board for you. Okay. I'm going to set up a cutting board. Do you know what the cutting board is? It's where you take that sharp thing over there and go chop, 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 chop. We're going to help you do that. We're going to set that up for you. We're going to make you feel comfortable.
She's of course like, Keith cut it too thick. Told him just to stop what he was doing and just like give it to me later and I'll do it.
Yeah.
She
They're
also,
so into Keith.
I hear her say sabotage at one point, and then it like the talking head is keep being like, "She was there talking shit." I think it's very funny.
Yeah, Keith can hear everything they're saying.
Yes,
Yeah,
he has to be like. This has to be the worst position to be in to be Keith. You cannot get aggressive back with her. Like that would look so bad.
Mm-mm.
He has to just eat all of this.
Yeah, because I mean it's basically everyone against him.
Yes.
He tries to vocalize when they're back at the house doing some planning. So he tries to vocalize that he says, "I don't cook this cuisine. I'm going to need some help."
Yeah.
And they're all like, "I don't know what to tell you, Keith.
Yeah.
I don't know what you just said to us. Like, we can't help you at all. We're trying to figure out this shrimp situation."
Yeah, we've moved on. We can't deal with you anymore, Keith. We've moved on.
Yeah. We very much see Lindsay and Sarah leading the group, which is fine. Maybe they need to step up and be leaders, but
Somebody should.
You don't need to be mean. In comes Tommy C and Patty Cakes and the Brow.
He's awful. I forgot how bad he is.
He's not good. I feel like I've seen him judge other competitions and be okay if he's not featured a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he's featured prominently, he does not give you much.
He's like trying too hard, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know him well enough to feel like what he says being mean is earned. You know what I mean? Like it feels unearned when he's like extra mean to me.
Yeah. Too mean.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the next day they arrive at the kitchen. They do their prep work. We got the judges there. We got all of Blanca's family. They're dancing. They're having a good time. Tyler does a hush puppy avocado dish. It's fine.
It's a hush puppy, says the Brow.
Yeah, the Brow goes, "It's a hush puppy. Who cares?" Cut to a toddler eating it with a disgusted face.
Spitting it out.
But let me tell you, they're very hard to impress with food. So don't think like, "Oh, well, even a toddler doesn't like it." No, that's the toughest judge, my friend.
The fact that it got in the toddler's mouth,
that's a miracle.
Is a win.
Yeah, he should be proud of himself. They make Blanca give her feedback on each dish. She's pretty honest. She does some work. She's like, "Oh, the big thing here is the type of tortillas that are used."
Yeah.
Are
in a couple
flour
situations,
tortillas.
there's a lot of tortilla talk.
Yeah, tortilla talk. They did one. You didn't make your own tortillas. Tom is asking every single person there, people that didn't even cook, did they make these tortillas?
He's pulling up to like Blanca's family members and being like, "Did you make these tortillas?" And the guy's like, "I'm not involved in competition." He's like, "Oh, so someone else didn't make them."
Did you make any tortillas?
Today?
Today? Can you bring them? Because none of my people did. I'm so disappointed.
I give them very little time to cook, and then I get mad when they don't do things that are time consuming.
The thing I want them to do. So that's issue number one.
Uh-huh.
Issue number two, they've used flour tortillas instead of corn tortillas.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting. I do agree. But I will side with Keith in that I did not know that you should use corn tortillas for a long time versus flour. And then when I was introduced to using corn versus flour, it is infinitely better.
For everything you're saying, or just for like
for
like
enchiladas, and certain, a lot of cuisine there. I mean, flour, I think in general is more of an American thing, I think.
Yes. Yeah. My take is wrong. My take is that I like a flour tortilla.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. They're tasty, but when you have like the traditional with corn, you're like, "Oh, this is better." I don't know why you would have it any other way, especially if you're on a cooking competition. But this isn't Keith's fault. Tom is angry. He's like, "This is not an enchilada. This is a burrito, dude. You did a burrito.
You've given yourself a burrito," is what the Brow says. He's like, "Sorry, pal, you've got a burrito." Hate him. He's not making a good impression on me this season. I'm over him.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah.
Someone did a chicken mole. Tasted too cinnamon-y.
Yeah, this chicken tastes like cinnamon.
Gross. Now the cakes come out. Heather did a tres leches cake. It is leaning.
I don't even know. A Tres Leches cake is so wet. I'm not even sure what her plan was to like make it stand. It's like it needs to be like in a tray.
Yeah.
Like it needs to not be tall at all.
It's by nature soggy. It's going to lean.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, she did say, and I really tried hard not to mention it, that when she was initially making the cake, that it was a monkey on her back. She did say it. Listeners, go
Jamal's
back and
not
watch it.
here,
He's
so we
not
could
here.
talk about it.
And I do wonder, was it the monkey that jumped on the cake and smashed it so it was leaning a little bit when she finally got it off her back?
Yeah, I mean, like, I would think that's who it would possibly be.
Mm.
I don't know what, I mean, like, but like, we haven't talked about Hung's monkey in so long.
We haven't talked about Hung's monkey. We haven't talked about the monkeys in that Max documentary, which was really great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of monkey talk, monkey news, maybe,
Yeah.
that we haven't gotten to. But we can't get to it. We really...
We're at an hour, and again, I'm
hour.
aware of the time, and you guys made me very aware of it, and I feel bad. But again, if it was in fact Hung's monkey on her back, you can almost guarantee that he tipped it over. He's not a good monkey. We've established that.
He's a very,
He's
very
scary.
bad monkey.
He's mean, and he bites.
Yes.
And he bosses Hung around.
So let's cut to it. The winner here is the green team. They did a good job. Out comes the pink team, and boy, do they start throwing each other under the bus.
Yeah.
Let's hear a little bit from Sarah.
Team challenge. Did you say to Keith we usually do enchiladas here in Texas with corn?
I did not. I am not here to boss everyone around and tell them your dish sucks, your dish is great. I don't want to be that person.
If she had an opinion about something, then say that.
This
We
is-
love driving the bus, hitting people.
She was hitting a lot of people with her bus.
She
After
really
this, Keith does says, we had an army of corn tortillas, an army out there ready to deploy. We didn't use any of them. No one
They've
told me.
all got a point there. Especially like it is an individual challenge, but you are on the same team.
Yeah.
And if you knew that that should have been corn tortillas, you should have said something. And it's not telling someone their dish sucks to say like, "Oh, you're using flour." The traditional way to do it in this area is with corn tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
And either he goes, "Oh, thank you," or he goes, "Shut the fuck up! I know what I'm doing." And those are the only two options. Those are the only two reactions. And either way, if he goes with option 2, you know what's happening. You can like be like, "I tried. He said that, and I've washed my hands of this. I can move on and be fine with it." If he says 1, you help somebody today.
Yeah.
And if you can help one person today, oh, you're doing great.
Then you've done your job.
You've done your job as a human. If you can leave an impression on one person before you leave this earth, and it helps them do something. She could have said, "Hey, you use corn tortillas instead of flour tortillas." And he said, "Wow, I learned something." She could have died the next day, and she'd have accomplished enough in her life to feel good about it.
Keith is eliminated. Let's hear from Keith.
Keith, please pack your knives and go.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No handshakes, just leaves.
I've had some tough times in my past that have caused me to really dig deep and just know that there is light at the end of that tunnel. I've been through that tunnel a few times, so good things happen to good people. It's been real, guys. Yeah, it's all good.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's my pleasure, dude. It was nice to meet you, dude. For real.
I didn't know what to think of Keith, and as I got to know him, he's kind of like a gigantic teddy bear, and it's sad to see new friends go before you really have a chance to get to know them.
Thank you. Come on, right here one time. All right. Good luck, everybody.
Bye.
Keith made poor decisions, but he's a very genuine man, and it's heartbreaking to see that it is Keith that has to go home.
All right, love you guys.
All right, Keith, love you too. Bye. God, that was awful.
Being on Top Chef is definitely one of the highlights of my career. I just want to say dream big, dream hard, because dreams come true. I'm a testimony to that. Peace.
Next.
Where are they now?
We're doing it again. Here we go.
It's back, baby. Keith Rhodes He has a shirt that says "Travel, Eat, Repeat" that I thought was pretty cool.
I like that.
He also has an Instagram page with a lot of links to a lot of restaurants.
Do they work?
None of them work. They are all dead.
Great.
But that's okay. I did a little more digging. He still has Catch Restaurant in Wilmington, North Carolina. It looks great.
I was born there.
Hell yeah, you should go.
Right? I should go.
Obviously, it's local seafood. It looks kind of like classy, high-end seafood. Website makes it seem like fine dining. He's one of the first African-American owned restaurants in the area. So good for him.
Yeah. Good.
Other than the website seems to be doing good.
But that's most chefs. So you can't it's the bar is low for websites. That is good. Keith sort of had the vibe of like, this didn't go well. If you had never heard from him again, if you'd have Googled him and he was not cooking at all, I'd have been like, okay, that kind of makes sense. I think it kind of had that vibe, you know.
No.
First eliminated, hadn't really done much, and wasn't established. It felt like that could have been like a dream crusher, but doing it
still,
and that's great.
Pulling it out, Wilmington, and that's the episode. We did it, baby.
We did it, and we did an hour 5. That's pretty good. I think
pretty good. It's not Jamal and me time, but it's
right,
it's pretty
which
good.
Is really short. I could have talked about so much more stuff. Like, I'm going to go to San Francisco soon. I could talk about that. Like, if you have any experience going to San Francisco, I saw a concert the other day. I got all this stuff to talk about, but I kept it to myself because you made me aware of cutting things off.
Next episode.
I got you. Just wait. You're gonna hear about it. And until then, we're gonna pack our knives and go.
Bye. This was fun. Absolutely. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.